Welcome to the front line of football, updates where the action never stops and the stakes are always high. We are kicking things off with a massive splash in Turin as Juventus plots an incredible summer transfer overhaul. Leadership Damian Kamali and coach Luciano Spalletti are gunning for glory and have set their sights on a dream list of superstars to transform the squad into an instant Scudetto contender. They are targeting high-impact names like Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker and Manchester City midfield maestro Bernardo Silva to inject elite personality into their ranks.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The drama in Serie A continues to intensify as Inter Milan legend Aldo Serena drops a bombshell proposal for the Nerazzurri. With uncertainty swirling around the future of their defensive stalwart Alessandro Bastoni amid heavy interest from Barcelona, Serena is calling for an audacious move. He is urging Inter to launch an ambitious raid on their rivals to bring Juventus defender Gleison Bremer to the San Siro to anchor their backline for the future. The transfer rumor mill is churning faster than ever as we look at the potential fallout for Juventus attacker Lois Openda. After a challenging campaign in Italy, reports indicate that the Bianconeri are desperate to move the Belgian forward on this summer. With his future in Turin looking bleak, a major exit strategy is already in motion to get him back on track elsewhere. The path forward for Lois Openda could lead straight to the Premier League as a potential reunion with former boss Marco Rose gains traction. If Rose lands the managerial job at Bournemouth, he might just be the spark needed to reignite the career of this struggling striker. Keep your eyes peeled as this story develops, and make sure you do not miss a single beat of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you are the first to know whenever we drop new updates. Is Juventus about to pull off the most audacious summer overhaul in European football? If you have been keeping an eye on Turin lately, you know the atmosphere is shifting. The Bianconeri are done with developmental gambles, they are swinging for the fences, and their new recruitment strategy is nothing short of a total transformation. Behind the scenes, CEO Damian Kamali and manager Luciano Spalletti are drafting a blueprint for what they call an instant team. We are talking about genuine world-class pedigree meant to catapult Juve right back into the heart of the Scudetto race. The names being tossed around? Absolute heavyweights. Liverpool's Alisson Becker is being targeted to solidify the back, while Manchester City's tactical maestro Bernardo Silva is the crown jewel of their ambitions, especially with his contract winding down this June. But it is not just about the big stars, it is about finding the right DNA. They are looking at Marseille's Pierre-Emile Højbjerg to act as that gritty, leadership-heavy anchor in the middle of the park, likely for a bargain price tag around €15 million. Up front, the club is playing a high-stakes game of chess, balancing the renewal of Dusan Vlahovic with potential moves for lethal strikers like Lois Openda, Jonathan David, or even a reunion with Randall Kolo Muani. Kamali's philosophy is fascinating here. He is not just looking for trophy cabinets full of gold, he is looking for mental fortitude. He openly admitted that players are still lining up to join the old lady regardless of European qualification status, but he needs warriors who can handle the immense weight of the black and white jersey. Of course, there is a reality check coming. Financial fair play is always lurking, and fighting off the likes of Barcelona for a talent like Bernardo Silva will be a massive test of their current pulling power. Between balancing the wage bill and securing Champions League football, Juventus has a narrow path to walk this summer. If they pull this off, the landscape of Serie A changes overnight. But what do you think? Can Juve realistically land a player like Alisson, or is this just a fantasy summer in the making? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, hit that subscribe button for all your transfer updates, and remember, in football, a club is only as strong as its next signing. Could the future of Inter Milan's defense be lurking in the colors of their bitter rival? That is exactly what Nerazzurri legend Aldo Serena is suggesting, and it is a move that would send shockwaves through all of Italian football. With whispers growing louder that defensive rock Alessandro Bastoni might finally be packing his bags for Barcelona, Inter finds themselves at a massive crossroads. Losing a player of Bastoni's caliber isn't just a squad reshuffle, it is a fundamental shift in their identity. But Serena isn't panicking, he is planning. He has pointed directly to Juventus's own Gleison Bremer as the perfect replacement, claiming he would sign him in a heartbeat. Now, let's be honest. Prying a crown jewel away from Juve is always easier said than done, but it is the kind of bold, aggressive ambition you need if you want to stay at the top of the European pile. Serena's blueprint for the summer doesn't stop at center-backs, though. He's calling for a top-level goalkeeper, naming Guglielmo Vicario as a player who could find a fresh lease on life in the black and blue stripes, and he is pushing for an X-factor attacking talent, a wild card like Kvaratskhelia or Lookman, to inject that spark of genius into the final third. It is a bold vision that treats the upcoming window not just as a repair job, but as an evolution. What do you think? Would you risk the firestorm of signing a Juventus star, or is the risk just too high? Drop a comment below with your take on Inter's summer strategy, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the transfer market. After all, the difference between a good season and a legendary one often starts with a single, daring decision. Have you ever wondered why some of the most promising stars in football just seem to lose their way when they land at a club as demanding as Juventus? Well, we are witnessing exactly that scenario right now with a player who, just a few seasons ago, looked like the next big thing. Rumors are heating up that a Premier League rescue mission might be on the horizon. Bournemouth is reportedly eyeing a move to reunite this under-fire Juventus star with his former boss, Marco Rose. Think about it, the pressure at Juve is suffocating, and sometimes a change of scenery, especially under a manager who actually understands your specific profile, is the only way to reignite a dying spark. The chemistry they once shared could be the secret ingredient to getting his career back on track in the high-intensity environment of the English top flight. If this reunion happens, it could be one of the smartest pieces of business we see this summer, turning a flop label back into a top prospect tag overnight. What do you think? Is this the perfect comeback move, or is his talent permanently faded? Drop your take in the comments below, hit that like button if you want more transfer whispers, and remember, in this game, one bad stint doesn't have to define your legacy. Ever wondered how a superstar striker can go from netting 21 goals in a single season to becoming a complete afterthought at one of the world's biggest clubs? That is exactly the reality for Lois Openda right now, and his story just took a massive twist that could land him in the Premier League. The Belgian attacker's time in Turin has been nothing short of a nightmare, with just 2 goals to show for his efforts. Despite the injury woes plaguing Juventus' attack, he has fallen entirely out of favor, making his exit this summer a near certainty. But here is the kicker. Juventus is contractually obligated to pay €40 million to make his stay permanent, a massive price tag for a player who has struggled so mightily. With his value plummeting, the old lady is desperate to ship him out on loan, hoping a change of scenery can revive his stock. Enter Bournemouth. With the club hunting for a new manager to replace Andoni Iraola, rumors are swirling that German tactician Marco Rose is the top target. If Rose takes the job, he could be the lifeline Openda desperately needs, as the two share a history from their time together in Germany. It's a classic redemption narrative in the making, provided he can find that lost magic again. Stade Rennais is also lurking, banking on a reunion with his former Lens boss, Frank Hayes, but the prospect of the Premier League is a siren song that's hard to ignore. What do you think? Is Openda a permanent flop, or is he just one coaching reunion away from exploding back onto the scene? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more tactical updates. Sometimes, all a player needs is to be reunited with the right mentor to turn a career-defining failure into a comeback story.